to ask you a more general question around sort of the industry we're in, our infosec industry at the minute, and really, is there any perhaps bugbearers that you really that keeps you up at night in terms of how we go about IT security in today's world? And is there anything you think that we're really missing the boat with, and that the industry needs to just wise up with and get on with and get right? But what frustrates you in our industry?
I think for me, it's the big picture problem is that this, and I'll focus on the software market because I don't do a lot in the infrastructure space. I'm really at the application layer, but
sure.
I think the big problem there is that the software market is broken. There's not a lot of visibility into whether the software that you're using is secure or not, right? So when you go to choose an online bank, when you log in, you choose like, do I want to go with bank A or bank B? Do you have a way of comparing which one is more secure? Like which one tested their software, which one trains their developers in security, which one does threat modeling, which one has a good response program, which one's using a vulnerable version of Log4j? You don't have any of that.
Absolutely.
Right. And so that means you're taking a blind risk. And I think blind risk is really dumb. I don't mind taking risks. It's okay as long as they're informed risks. And we're forced to take a lot of blind risks because that information is not available anywhere to most consumers. And so what I really want to change is the way the software market works. Right now, because there's no transparency, there's a classic market flaw. In economics, it's called a market for lemons. It means that buyers and sellers have asymmetric information, right? In this case, the producer of software presumably knows about their software and that it was developed in a really shoddy manner, or the consumer doesn't know anything about it, right? And when that happens, something weird happens in markets, and it's like the used car market is the traditional example. As a buyer of a used car, you never know if it's a lemon, right? So you have to discount the price that you'd be willing to pay. Like, let's say that used car is worth $10,000, but you don't know whether it's a lemon or not. So you got to discount the price you'd pay for it. Let's say you discount it down to like $5,000. Well, now the guy that's selling a good car can't get a fair price for it. But the guy, so that means the secure software seller can't get a good value for that effort that they put into making something secure. So they're not going to sell it that way. That means the whole market collapses and only people that have lemons can sell their cars in the used car market. And it's the same with software. Is only people that sell barely secure software can sell it in the software market. So we have to fix the market. And there are good interventions that we can make in the market. Now there's some really difficult interventions, like you could put criminal penalties in place for developers that write insecure code. But I don't want to do that. I don't think anybody wants to do that. I think that'd be terrible. I think actually we can do this with really low amount of intervention in the market. We can just say, hey, developers, you need to disclose certain information about the software that you're building and how you tested it to make sure that it's secure. What did you do to make sure that it's secure? What security mechanisms are there? If they can disclose that simple information, which presumably they already have, then buyers can make smart decisions about what services to use. The pricing in the market will fix itself, and we can be in a lot different place. So that's kind of what drives me crazy, is the lack of transparency 100%. In the market.